This is Johnny Wrestling, or Johnny Takeover, as my shirt says. And listen, I want you to listen. Like, we're involved right now. It's crazy. It's loud. It's hectic. We're in New York City. But I want you to listen to No Holds Barred Network.
Enough is enough. They're always taking their sides, careless and plus and minus their divide.
Hey guys, welcome back to the No Holds Barred Network with another episode of Under the Ropes. I'm your host as always, the EVP of Giggles, the Heartbreak Chick, the Queen of the Indies, Tiffany, and I'm always joined by the Law, Ray Ramundo. And today's special guest, we have the billionaire playboy, Charles Mason. What is going on?
Well, a lot is going on.
Mr. Mason, can I just one sec? I'm so sorry. I truly apologize. Tiffany, I told you to wear something very proper. We have royalty in front of us. We have a freaking billionaire.
That's rude.
In front of us. And see, I dressed for the occasion. We have, ladies and gentlemen, this is the billionaire playboy. He is a royal Mason himself, Mr. Charles Mason. How are you doing, sir?
Wow.
I'm doing fine. I'm actually surprised that a man of your size was able to gather so much breath to get out such a proper introduction. I'm very impressed.
Wow.
Thank you, Mr. Mason. Thank you. Thank you so much.
That was rude, Ray. You know? Wait.
By me or by him?
You know, you. Because that's just rude. So you tell me, okay, well, I do have the crown now, right? Because I am the Queen of the Indies, so I might as well rock it during the stream or whatever like that, right? There we go. I got the crown. Is that better, Ray? Is that better?
Be called the queen. But I'll let you call yourself whatever makes you sleep at night.
Okay, awesome. Perfect. Great. I love it. So anyway, guys, if you're new to the podcast, this is Under the Ropes, where me and Ray sit here. We interview wrestlers, promoters, referees, anything related to the independent world. So, yeah. So are you guys ready for this? Are you ready, Mr. Mason?
I'm not as ready as I'm going to be. I don't know how long this is going to take. I have a lot more better things to do with my day, so let's just get on with it.
Oh, okay.
Hey, we sent the check to Bitterman, so we have you at least for a good hour.
Yeah.
All right.
If that's fine with you.
Sure.
All right. Let's jump right in. So how did you become a professional wrestler?
How did I become a professional wrestler? All right. That's a pretty, I guess, common podcast question. I could see that you imbeciles couldn't think of anything better to lead off with. But I'll get right to it then. I guess I've always had a fondness of hurting people, hurting weaker people, right? But it's frowned upon against the law to hurt people the way I can do in a wrestling ring. And when I found out that wrestling was a thing, I decided if someone is going to put a poor human being across the ring from me and give me a free shot to attack him, hurt him, how can I pass up on such an opportunity? Growing up, I saw a man by the name of Jeff Hardy. He inspired me. That's probably, I would say, my favorite wrestler of all time. But not because of what he would do to others, but what he would do to himself. And that inspired me. It made me feel like if this degenerate, if this drug-addicted degenerate will hurt himself, then these people would allow me to do the same. And that's how I got here.
Okay. All right.
Well then. Interesting answer. So let's keep it going here. So let's talk a little bit about your evolution, Mr. Mason. As in the wrestling world, you were introduced as a Royal Mason, developing now into this billionaire playboy. How did this evolution begin? How did we get here to what we currently see?
All right. So you brought up the fact that I was a Royal Mason. I will always consider myself royalty. I came in as a tag team with my brother. That didn't work out as we planned. He went on to other ventures. Um, Unfortunately, he got hurt. He was hurt, and then continued to pursue what he's pursuing, and I continue to pursue wrestling. I enjoy inflicting pain too much to give this up. So I decided that I was going to go off on my own. Um, I did a little bit of self-discovery, went to some of the poorest places on earth, places like Pennsylvania, all along the East Coast, and kind of discovered myself a little bit more and embraced who I really am, and that is the billionaire playboy. You mentioned evolution, and we're always evolving, and we're always changing to become who we're destined to be. And I would say to keep an eye on what's to come because I am continuing to evolve, and this is not my final form at all. Um, yeah, so stay tuned.
Oh, okay. So for maybe people that aren't aware of who you are, what would you define your wrestling style as?
I always have an issue with this question. What my wrestling style is. People say a lot of people say they're hybrid wrestlers nowadays because it's a mix of everything they see. Right? People watch Japanese wrestling. They watch lucha. Uh, I don't even think an American style wrestling exists anymore, but people say they do that. I wouldn't say I have a style. I'm hard hitting. You can ask any opponent I've ever been in the ring with. I hit hard, and I will do anything to win. If you're not cheating, you're not trying, right? But yeah, so my style is inflict as much pain as necessary. That's all I can say about that.
Oh, okay.
Well then, pain is the name of the game, I guess. So as a billionaire, you have so many things you could have chosen to do, but you chose the ring. So what does stepping into the ring mean for you?
All right, so some people, friends of mine, they have polo, they have golf, they go down to the country club, they enjoy wine tasting, and I've done that for so long, and to me, it doesn't get my rocks off anymore. What does is hurting the poor. It's that simple. Every time I inflict pain on the poor, it's intoxicating. It's pleasurable. Okay, it's like an orgasm. And I know that none of you know what that is like. I'm sure you haven't experienced any type of orgasmic feelings in your lifetime, judging based on just how you look. But every time I feel my skin peel off the skin of another human being when I chop them in the chest, it's just gets my blood boiling. It gets me going. I love it. I love it. There's nothing that can replace that. And like I said, I just love inflicting pain on the poor.
Okay. Okay. Shout out to everybody that's watching in the chat. If you guys are watching, share the stream. So we have Matt Awesome and MGB Wrestling Podcast, and we got our girl Haley, and Michael Starks is in the chat too. What's going on, guys? So we have a bunch of fan tweets, so we'll go around a whole bunch of them throughout the interview. But we have one from our friend April. She says, "Which wrestler would you want to retire you?"
I'm not thinking about that. I'm not thinking about which wrestler is going to retire me. I'm still new to this book. Right? I've been here maybe a year and a half, 2 years. The person who's going to retire me is probably not born yet. But the person who's going to retire me at some point is probably going to be some kid who's fed up with seeing his father get beaten to a bloody pulp by me in the ring, and he's going to strive every day to try to find redemption for his father, and then he'll come after me when I'm an old man. I guess I don't know, but I'm not thinking towards retirement. I'm not thinking who's going to be the one. But if you want a fantasy book, that's probably going to be a little kid trying to get back to what I did to his dad while I won't.
Okay.
Or his mother. I might beat his mother to death too.
Oh my.
I don't mind if it's a man or woman.
Okay. So we'll move on to our next question. What are some pre-match rituals that you have?
Pre-match. That's a good one. Pre-match rituals. In the past, I've smoked a cigar pre-match, just to bask in what I know is going to be such a pleasurable experience. I sit back, relax, smoke a cigar. Um, I listen to some classical tunes. That's really it. But my imagination is really what keeps me in the game. I just imagine what I'm gonna do. Hearing the person's like tendons pop in my mind, the thought of bones cracking, the thought of doing this to someone who probably doesn't have health insurance and has to deal with it for a few months. I know you poor people have a hard time getting health insurance nowadays, but those kind of things really make me calm before a match.
Oh, okay. All right. Ray, you want to do this fan tweet?
Sure. So, from our friend Mags, they're asking if you could wrestle any historical figure, who would it be and who would win?
Any historical figure? I don't know. A lot of historical figures I have respect for. They were wealthy men. And my problem isn't really with those people. So I don't know. All I know is that whoever it would be, I would win, obviously. The only person I would want to face is someone who comes from the slums like you two. I can't think of someone in particular, but I know I'd beat them. I would have no problem doing so. And it'll probably be the time of my life. Brandon, who would you offer up? Who's a historical figure you would offer up?
Who would I would choose?
Choose.
Well, there's so many that were into the. Why not Abraham Lincoln? He was into wrestling.
I feel like you were breaking up just now. Your Wi-Fi's not so great. What was the?
Wow. Okay. I said Mr. Abraham Lincoln. Did you hear it this time?
He was a president. I have respect for that man. I honestly figured you would name a historical figure like Ronald McDonald. I know you're a big fan of him, so let's do Ronald McDonald. I'll beat the ever-loving shit out of Ronald McDonald. I probably make you sad. You probably never get a Big Mac again in your life, but what has to be done.
Oh my god.
I know you're happy too, but you're not too far off. You're probably a Hamburglar.
Oh my god, I can't with you. And by the way,
Okay, we're gonna.
but actually, MJB just told me that I need to ask this question that was tweeted out as well. So, Mags, I did not want to ask this question, but I'm being harassed in the chat that I have to ask this.
Ask away.
Oh god, he said, would you rather eat shit flavored ice cream or ice cream flavored shit? Really, Mags?
Shit flavored ice cream or ice cream flavored shit? That's for me to answer. Which one would I rather consume?
I don't know. Did you piss this guy off? Like, you must have pissed him off. Like,
I pissed a lot of guys off. I pissed a lot of women off. I pissed a lot of people off. But I'll be honest. All right. I've eaten escargot, which for you common folk is snail. I've consumed different things, different other meats and animals, and hey, as long as it tastes good, right? So I'm gonna go with the ice cream flavored shit, man. You sprinkle some sprinkles on there, make it look all nice. As long as it tastes like ice cream, I really don't care what it is. But I'm not gonna eat ice cream that tastes like shit. I refuse to put something that tastes like that in my body.
my, oh my.
Hey, man.
Wow. And Matt in the chat, Matt Awesome said, did you ever get a chance to take home Still Light and apricots after you brought him at Battle Club?
No, and I'm really upset about that. It's something that I don't like to talk about. But
okay.
We had an auction in the ring. I obviously placed the highest bid, and as I went to take them home, they attacked me along with 4-5 other people. And I left with nothing. I didn't even win that match. I'm really disappointed. I don't remember who won that match. I was knocked out. But I don't think it's going to be the end of it. I would love to get in the ring with them again, with apricots, pears. Still, they have so many names. I don't know. But yeah, I haven't took them home, but I will.
Okay.
Well then. Stay tuned, folks. Stay tuned.
Yes.
So, let's keep it going. So, the Royal Masons, the Trust Fund, the Trustees. You've been a part of many tag teams / factions. Would you say you'd rather be in those factions or a lone wolf as the billionaire playboy?
I would absolutely say that I much prefer being a lone wolf, as you say. Um, it's more room for me to do what I do best. I don't have to share my meals with anyone. By meals, I mean my opponents, obviously. I'm in the ring, and that goes also towards the slew of scramble matches that I've been a part of, right? I continue to be in the ring with people, and more than one, right? I much prefer just me and one other person, where I have them all to myself to do whatever I want. Like you said, I've been part of the Royal Masons. I've been part of the Trust Fund. The Trustees is myself and Evander James, who is a man that I had lots of respect for pre-pandemic. I'm not saying I don't respect him anymore, but, it'd be nice to, I rarely make an effort to speak to someone who comes from the Bronx. But I've made an effort to contact him, and he doesn't return my calls, so I don't know where we stand right now. Yeah, I much prefer to do things on my own.
Interesting. Interesting.
Still waiting.
Kev?
I'm still waiting for this match at, was it PPW with you and him with the main event for the tag team titles? Is that happening?
I hope so. If they can, I don't know if the promoter, how big of a hit he took not being able to work, or I don't know what's going on with their financials. Hopefully they can gather up some money, start a GoFundMe or something to get that company back running again. And if the main event is ready to put their titles on the line, I don't mind. Would love for that match to happen. That's probably the best tag team on the East Coast. I firmly believe that. I have respect for Midas Black. He is a circus owner, so he is a man of wealth as well. And then he has a Lion who can do the things he does in Jay Lion, and that's one of the most impressive men that I've seen based on his stature. So I believe that they're the best tag team on the East Coast, but I'll gladly take those tag team titles away from them.
Oh, dripping in gold, as I like to say. So, but they are definitely a great tag team. Definitely check them out, guys, if you're not aware of who they are. So, moving on. So, I like to ask these questions for fans that might not also know who you are. So, what move do you define as your finisher, and what made you choose this?
All right. You'll hear me scream it out most times before I hit it. It's the Catalina wine mixer. It's a move in which I'll lift you up in the air and have my arm come across your throat. What made me do this move? It's pretty simple. If I have you in the air, there's no way you could defend yourself. I have you suspending, and then I cut my arm across your throat, and there's no way you're getting back up from that. It's a vicious move, and it's always effective. It's never failed me. You can ask Joey Silver. Hit it on him quite a few times, and he's never gotten up. So, yeah, I guess I would say my finish is the Catalina wine mixer, but it can be a few things. I can choke you out. I can gouge your eyes out. I can do so many things to finish an opponent. You just have to give me the opportunity to do so. I'm waiting for more people to give me the opportunity to be in a singles match with someone where I can hurt them as I please and come away with a victory.
Okay. Hallie in the chat says, can you ask him what his favorite brands to shop in?
My favorite brands to shop in. I would say I'm into a lot of things. I'm a huge Ralph Lauren fan. Purple Label stuff though, not none of the cheap stuff that you guys get. I know they have like discounts at Macy's for you, and you guys think that's like the cream of the crop as far as designer clothing. It's faulty stuff we don't really want. So Ralph Lauren, big fan of Balenciaga, Maison Margiela, things like this. I can go on and on. But yeah, those are some of my favorites.
Okay. We have another fan tweet for our friend MGB Graham. He's in the chat. He said, I have only seen 3 matches of yours, and all 3 have featured Joey Silver. Can you recommend another match of yours I should watch?
I would love to, because I'm tired of people saying me and Joey Silver. I beat him every time. In December, for my I would consider my home promotion for House of Glory, I had a 6-way scramble match. I was the House of Glory's 6-way champion. Defended that title, and unfortunately, I lost to that no good scumbag traitor of a human being who was Amazing Red, a man that I trusted, a man that was absent from House of Glory for some time, and I only considered him a trainer and not an opponent. I used to fly Amazing Red out to my home so he can train me. I wouldn't dare step into the House of Glory facility to be with those scoundrels. So for, although I would send him back in bus, I still flew him out to my home. For him to come back and challenge me for that title surprised me. I had no opportunity to scout him and take that title from me. He's a piece of trash for that, and I'll never forget that. But if you go on YouTube, you go to House of Glory's YouTube page, and the event from December, you can check that out. You can see myself versus Evander James at PPW. That's a good match. Myself versus Casey Navarro. I had a fun time doing that. If you go back to last August, when the Young Bucks were at House of Glory, is where I won the Suicidal 6-Way Championship. Forgot the name of that. What was that? High intensity.
8, right?
8?
8 or 9, right?
That is correct.
See,
It was 8.
I was there.
That's on Fight TV. That's where I won the title. That's where I began my singles career, I would say. That's a great match. I've had some matches at Battle Club. But yeah, check those out.
There's a lot. Ringside Rant said in the chat, what's your cheat meal?
My cheat meal. That's a good one. I'll be super honest, and it is more times than not. It's pizza. I love pizza.
Ooh.
I love to eat pizza, preferably with pineapple and bacon.
Ooh.
Put those together, and it's delicious.
Ooh.
So pizza, pineapple, and bacon. That's usually an entire pie to myself. I love that. That's my cheat meal.
Oh my goodness. MGB Graham said attached. Searching on YouTube. Do you mean Charles Manson? Here we go.
Not Charles Manson, although he's influenced me in some ways. He's a conniving man that I aspire to be as ruthless as he is. But no, Charles Mason, Mason. I know your public school education gives you a hard time spelling, but it's a Mason, not Manson.
Okay.
Well then. Well, like you mentioned him earlier from that loss you had at HOG 9. Let's talk a little bit about your relationship with an independent legend, the innovator himself, the Amazing Red.
Yeah, like as I mentioned before, I reached out to Amazing Red to train me in the world of wrestling. As I said, I would fly him out to my home, make him go back home and bus. But, I thought we had a pretty good relationship. We would have one-on-one training whenever he felt that he needed another person in the ring. He would bring someone he trusted, and I trusted him. For him to make a surprise appearance in December, it hurt me a little bit, and a lot of what I do, I wouldn't say is necessarily personal. Like I said earlier, it's just to get my rocks off. It's intoxicating for me, but he made this personal. He made this a personal attack on me. I was a phone call away. I was a text message away. All he had to do was say, "Hey, I'm going to be in that match," but he didn't do that. He surprised me like a sucker would, and that's what he is. So we're not on good terms. When I see him, I will hurt him.
Ooh.
I will choke him. I know he has neck injuries. He has ACL injuries, ankle injuries, whatever excuse he has for not making it to the top, whatever injury he wants to, excuse him of his failures, I'm going to pinpoint those, and I'm going to break him limb from limb. Okay? Because it's not even about the title, to be honest. Because I have gold. gold is easy for me to acquire. There's no problem. It's the fact that he didn't have the guts to tell me that he was going to be in that ring with me. He made this personal. So now I'm going to hurt him. I promise. I can't wait.
Oh.
I really can't. I can't.
Ooh, House of
That
Glory.
little red-headed midget, I swear.
Oh.
Oh,
Oh man, is House of Glory
Well then.
starting up again? Like, come on now, guys. Matt Awesome actually said in the chat, he said Battle Club was a good match, and the Violence and Suffering Matt Travis tribute was another good one. That was a great one. Me and Ray were there for that one, and me personally, like, I always, and I know, like, I gifted and I always tag you in it, is the bankroll. I love the bankroll. Like, I don't know, I love it.
Yeah, I love it too. I'll be honest. That's one of my favorite moves to hit, just because it's fun.
Yeah.
You know, it's fun, and these idiots that I usually hit it on, I don't know how they don't anticipate that coming. I'm on the top rope. I'm going to jump towards you. I'm spinning twice. I do 2 full rotations. You have enough time to move out the way, but every time I hit them. So it's just a fun move. I know it's going to be effective. I know people like you are going to love it. So I hit it.
No, I like it. I like it.
Yeah, I was assaulted by that move at Violence.
You
and
was.
Suffering.
There was a lot of people. Even Smiley was there. I don't know. And I remember you put a tweet out saying, "How did Smiley get there?" So
I don't know where. I think Smiley, that little lunatic, saw someone like me and said, "I'm going to do anything in my power to just be around him." I couldn't get in this match, so I just want to know what wealth even smells like. So let me just get in his vicinity. And so he came out of nowhere and dove just to be there, just to lay with me on the floor.
Oh.
He's a weird fella.
Got it. Got it. I got it.
But that Violence and Suffering match was a good match. I remember that
Yes.
match. We did that for Matt Travis, who I'm sure was looking down and really enjoyed that match. Yeah, it wasn't the most. I don't know. I just know it's a match that he would have loved, and that was our purpose. That I went out there just to give him something that he would look down and be really happy about. You know, there's someone I really cared for. He was one of my better friends, and yeah, I'm sure he's happy seeing that.
Yeah, it was a good show, and you know, someone who's seen him a few times in wrestling and not knowing him at all, but like that night, like you felt everything that night. So like I felt it, and I'm a fan. So like it definitely check that show out. I think it's on YouTube. I think so. Believe it's on YouTube. I'll tweet it out for you guys later, CC, and I'll put it actually in the description below for you guys. So, so let's move on. Let's move on a little bit. Let's talk a little bit about your entrance music. You currently use "Power" by Kanye West. What made you choose
this? I do not
this?
use that anymore.
No more?
Oh.
I do not use the song any longer. If you were at the last Synergy event, you would have heard my new song.
I was at the Synergy event.
You were at the last one?
Yes, I was.
Well, then you weren't paying attention. You know, you might have some type of mental condition.
Oh, wait a minute. That wasn't. It was the one before it I was at. Oh boy. See, I had a brain fart. It wasn't at the last one. I was at the one before it.
Obviously, you had a brain fart.
Mm-hmm.
So, I mean, but if I have new music, I don't want to be affiliated with Kanye West. I'm not a fan of Kanye West. No longer. I'm not gonna get into Kanye West. It doesn't matter.
Okay.
But I have new music, and it's much better. And yeah, it's a custom song, so I can't give you a link to it. Just August 29th, be at Synergy, and you'll be able to hear it.
I'll be there, definitely front row. So.
All right.
So we have another fan tweet from Good Cop Bad Cop Wrestling Podcast. He says, "Charmed Lesson is appropriately an anagram of Charles Mason. Could you share a random fact with the No Holds Barred listeners?"
A random fact about myself, or just like a random fact like male seahorses have babies? What's
They didn't specify, so you can go however you want, Mr.
Yeah.
I'll do both. I'll do one about me and then a random fact.
Okay.
One fact is that a pelican can hold more food in its beak than it can in its stomach. Okay, so that's one, school lesson for you. And a random fact about myself. Let me see. I like to. I've once knocked out a homeless man in the street when I was about 16.
Oh my.
Yeah, that's a random fact, I guess. That happened. So,
Can I ask why?
for fun. It was.
Okay.
What else did that man have going for him, right? Just walks the streets, smells like shit, probably shit himself a couple times that day, begging for change. Can I please have some change, please? $1, sir. He has nothing going for him. And then someone like me, the wealthiest hands that I've ever crossed his face, I punch him in the face. He has a story to tell his other bums around the little bonfire the next day. I bless that man as a teenager.
Okay.
I'm a full adult now. Imagine what I'm capable of. I hope I get to see him again.
Oh boy, I'm staying far away.
Yeah, you should.
We do not condone assault.
He's.
We do not condone assaults, ladies
Wow.
and gentlemen.
But you're a
let's
wrestling
keep-
fan. I don't get that. People say they don't condone assault. The wrestling community is so hypocritical, right? You guys are some of the softest people I've ever encountered, and you're saying you don't condone assault, but you'll watch me choke Joey Silver out with his mask, right? So what do you want? Do you want to see people get hurt? Do you want to see people beat each other up, or do you want to, I don't know, just have a tea party where there's no contact? I love this sport for the contact. I love being able to beat people up, people who are lesser than me.
Well done.
He's not wrong though.
Touche.
Self-evaluate. Look in the mirror and see what you are. I've done that. That's why I embrace who I am. I think, you see a bird laying on the floor, right? Whose wing is clipped and he's helpless, and you see it and it's vulnerable. You notice it's vulnerable and you want to help it, right? I see the same bird. I see it suffering. I see it's vulnerable, but at the same time, I want to crush it, and that's. I know who I am, and you need to figure out who you are. Except for being, a fat piece of lard, there's more to you. There's more to both of you.
Wow.
If you figure out what your inner desires are, go after them, but be real with yourself.
Well done. Well done.
Okay.
We're gonna continue the interview.
Yeah,
We're gonna
let's
continue the
keep
interview.
going. Yeah.
So, if there were one person you could face again in a heartbeat, Mr. Mason, who would it be?
Face again.
Yes.
Face again. It would be Amazing Red in a heartbeat. In a heartbeat, I would face Amazing Red. Like I told you, it could be a street fight. It can be, I don't know, what project building he probably lives on. I'm not sure if he's probably homeless too. Wherever it is, I will face him. It doesn't have to be a wrestling match. It could be a street fight. It can be, it could be a fight at my mansion. It can be, right now I'm in my apartment in Manhattan, but I have several homes that I'll fly him out to with, just any setting where I can beat up Amazing Red for what he did.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's who I'll face again. If you want to ask me who I would like to face now, that's a
Yeah,
more
that was
interesting-
gonna be my next question.
That was her question,
Yeah,
yeah.
who's your dream match?
My dream match.
Yeah.
That's a tough one. I don't know. People throw out their dream matchups a lot. Jeff, like I told you, I grew up looking at Jeff Hardy and seeing Jeff that he was able to, hurt himself. And why not let it be me? Why not let it be someone who enjoys hurting another person, a degenerate like himself, like I said, a drug addicted degenerate. I would love to beat the shit out of Jeff Hardy. Something that can be, more realistic in the near future. Let's say at Synergy, there's a certain man there who holds a crown that I think that I'm entitled to.
Oh.
I lost in that tournament because the boneheaded referee couldn't get up after Joey Silver kicked him in the face, and I would have won that match. So I think I'm entitled to that crown, and I would hurt TJ Crawford so badly.
Oh.
I was running back to Chicago to his mother and his ugly girlfriend. I would do so many things to that man. I would fix his list. There's also,
Wow.
anybody who has pride at being mediocre, I would say is a problem for me is someone who I'm disgusted with. Anybody who comes out to music in which it's raining down, screaming young, dumb, and broke. The fact that you can embrace the fact that you're broke and be proud of that, like that's some type of accomplishment that disgusts me. You know, and there's a few members there. Ellis Taylor is one of them. That man reeks of a boy who was raised by two parents who were probably meth heads. I can look at that man and see that he hasn't been to the dentist in years. Probably doesn't have health insurance. That kid, you know, probably ran away from home because his mother was prostituting herself. And I would like to put him out of his misery. You know, the life that he has to live. You know, people like that. Those are the people I would love. That's a pleasurable Saturday night for me if I'm able to beat the bloody hell out of that kid.
Oh, well, Colin, get on that. Start booking these matches, Colin. We have another fan tweet. Oh, what were you going to say, Ray?
No, I'll do the fan tweet. It's okay.
Okay, go ahead.
Take a sec. Oh, I just want to mention one thing. You might have won that three-way if you would have paid attention to the match. Just saying.
Paid attention.
Proud.
I was all in that match. Like I said, I hit Joey Silver with the Catalina wine mixer. He was down, and the referee wasn't up. And by the time he did get up, Casey Catal was able to. I don't know if you saw. She used like a hairspray can or something to hit me. A little bitch.
Well, let's go with the fan tweet. We'll keep it going here. So from Satsuma Cassidy, they ask, what was your favorite breakfast cereal at 6 years old, and what is it now?
My favorite breakfast cereal. All right, so you know how I think you guys have like Frosted Flakes. Yeah. Right, you guys have Frosted Flakes.
Yes.
We would have something that Bitterman used to prep for me. It's like Frosted Flakes, but instead of the sugar frosting, it's like golden flakes made of real gold. They have a few treats like that. They have like golden flake donuts and stuff like that. But Bitterman would put that for me when I was 6 years old. It's still my favorite. He still serves it for me. Bitterman does everything for me. If some of you have seen Bitterman in the past, he's just great. You know, he was once homeless too. My parents found him, hired him, and now he makes more money than you guys do wiping my ass whenever I need him to. So, but yeah, that's my favorite cereal with Golden Flakes.
Okay.
Well done. Well done. So, let's keep it going here from Golden Flakes and Bitterman doing that. When wrestling gets back to normal, what are some places you look to go to outside of the tri-state? What is your wrestling ventures here? All
right, that's okay. So, I really want to go abroad. I really would like to wrestle in Japan. I really want to go to Mexico, the UK. I definitely want to get out of the tri-state. There's nothing in the tri-state really that, you know, offers more than what I am getting right now with House of Glory and Synergy. Although Beyond Wrestling is impressive, GCW, they have a slew of men who look like they haven't bathed in days in that ring. So I know they're poor, and it would be like a field day just going over there and hurting all those people. On the West Coast, there's a few places. I want to get down to AIW. AIW, they have some good competition down there. And I know anywhere down south is full of people who don't make enough money to live. So, yeah, those are a few places.
Awesome. Hope to see it. So I have an infamous question that I ask everybody that comes on this podcast. What has been the craziest thing a fan's done to get your attention?
I think the craziest thing a fan has ever done to get my attention was this woman. I don't know her name. She's hideous. She's overweight. I passed by her once. She reeks of garbage. She put me on her list of husbands. And I'm sure she did that to try to get my attention, but I'm way out of her league.
I hate you.
And she had me high up there, and then I guess she dropped me down further because I haven't given her the attention she seeks that obviously these other men probably give her, because they have no standards. But I have standards. I like my woman beautiful, and she's not. So
Wow, you're rude. You're rude.
Whoever that may be, I'm not sure what.
Haley says in the chat, "What's your skincare routine?"
What's my All right, my skincare routine. It's way too elaborate for me to explain in words. But maybe I'll do a video soon showing you my entire skincare routine.
Oh, okay. Okay.
Well done.
I feel like that.
All right. I know I'm gonna get shit for this fan tweet. So Colin West from Synergy, he says Craftsman Hall is also an anagram of Charles Mason. What does he think of sewer cover?
Sewer covers. I think that Colin West should, unless he's booking the shows and paying me to do what I love to do, he should go back to his home underneath sewer covers. He looks like and smells like he lives in the sewers. That's the only thing I can think of as far as sewer covers. What the hell do you want me to do with that? What does that even? What kind of stupid question is that? It's fucking ridiculous.
Okay. There you have
Wow.
it.
Just wow. What is it with people putting his letters around? Like,
Yeah.
this name has been just bombarded today.
I know. I don't know.
Oh,
Anyway, go ahead, Ray. I'm just lost for words.
man. Okay. So, during the quarantine, has Bitterman been performing his duties? The world
Absolutely.
wants to know.
Absolutely. Bitterman, I told you, Bitterman is like my right-hand man. And that's why I haven't brought him out to the crowds yet, because I don't want him to be, manipulated by these people to try, you guys will probably see him and tell him what he's doing is wrong and that he shouldn't have to stoop down so low. But like I said, he gets paid handsomely. I mentioned earlier, whenever I go to the bathroom, he relieves me. He helps me. I don't wipe myself, I guess I would say. He cleans my home. He cleans the jet. He cleans the cars. He preps my meals. He holds my legs together when I'm doing crunches. He's just a lovely man. I love Bitterman. He does everything I ask him to. He barely speaks, so that makes it better. I don't have to smell his breath, because no amount of money can fix his hygiene. But he's just great. He's a great man. I wouldn't replace him. I wouldn't ask for any other Bitterman to take his spot.
Okay.
By the way, I'm not sure if his first name or last name is Bitterman, but everyone is Bitterman.
No.
Anybody who serves me is Bitterman. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So during road trips, what is your go-to snack?
My go-to snack?
Yeah, like if you're on the road and if you have to stop somewhere, is there somewhere you would stop and you have to get, if you go to a different state?
I don't know. Cracker Barrel. I like to stop at Cracker Barrels. I wanted to see what all the hype was about, and I actually like it. So every now and then I go there. They usually close early though, so after shows I can't get it. But when I'm going from the airport to the venue, then I'll try to stop at a Cracker Barrel.
Oh, what's the
That's
go-to?
really good to have meals with me. I meal prep, so I have all my meals with me. And I'll occasionally send someone into a gas station because I won't step foot in there myself,
Mm-hmm.
and have them bring in a rain for me, like an energy drink. So that's really it. I
Okay.
don't know. I don't snack much. That's why I look the way I do, and you look the way you do.
Great. That's awesome. Go ahead, Ray.
Well done. We're rounding it down here. We're down to our final two questions, unfortunately. But we're going to end it here with my last one. It is, what is the end goal for Charles Mason? What would you like your legacy to be in professional wrestling?
Okay. Well, that's good. I've given this lots of thought also. For me, legacy is everything, right? There's a lot of people out there who are working as hard as they can to make it to a particular company, whether that be WWE, AEW, all these other companies. And for me, it doesn't matter where I end up. I'm not doing this for the to be noticed. I'm not doing this so that I can show my friends, hey, look at me, look what I did. So I think my legacy, I want people to remember Charles Mason as one of the most sadistic, ruthless, violent men to ever step in a wrestling ring and to torture the poor. I don't want people to ever forget that. I want them to speak years from now and say, there was this guy who was such a classist that he would hurt anybody who he felt was less with him. And I want little kids to know of this legend of Charles Mason and kind of be fearful. Maybe it motivates them to make some money in their lives. But that's what I want my legacy to be. I want to be one of the most sadistic, most violent, most ruthless men in this business, and I want to be known as the guy who inflicted the most pain on the poor.
Okay, all right. Shout out to Mags in the chat. He just joined us. So we're actually winding down to our last question. Unless you guys have another question, just throw it in the chat. But my final question is: to all inspiring and amateur wrestlers out there, what's a piece of advice that you would give them?
I know, most people they give, I guess, the answer that people want to hear. Mine would be, don't do this. Don't, for any aspiring wrestlers, don't wrestle unless you want me to hurt you, because I don't, unless you're from a higher class like I am, come in here and we can work together. We can make some magic together. But any aspiring wrestlers, most of you are going to be coming from poverty. Don't step into this business unless you want to get hurt, and make sure you have some type of backup plan just to live in mediocrity. The last thing you want is for you to be, to give this your all, drop out of school unless you've already done so, giving up on your family just so you can pursue wrestling. For me, to break one of your limbs, not have health insurance, and be stuck at home with nothing else to do, and your life goes down the drain. So if you're looking to get into this business, unless you're from the same class as I am, my advice is don't, unless you are prepared for me to hurt you.
Well then, there you have it, guys. So, yeah. Just a quick shout out to our sponsors at Power Slam TV. If you guys want a free month, use the code NOHOLDSFREE and you can watch. Actually, Synergy's up on there, so you can actually find Mr. Mason on there. So you can go use a free month. So it's great promotion. So, yeah. So if there's any other questions in the chat, guys, tell everybody where they can find you.
You can follow me on Twitter. It's probably going to be the highlight of your day. I don't post much, but just knowing that you follow me will probably make your life dream come true. I'm at Charles with, I think, 3 underscores Mason. And that's really the only place I'm at. I'm not on Instagram. I was on Instagram. My Instagram was hacked 4 times.
Oh,
I don't know what was on there, so I just abandoned Instagram. And Facebook is full of the weirdest, most racist, sexist bigots I've ever encountered. So I stay off of Facebook. I have a Facebook, but I don't like being on there. Twitter is full of that too, but not as much. But yeah, I guess follow me on Twitter, Charles 3 underscores Mason.
Yeah, all the links are below in the description, guys, for you as well. So, and make sure you guys check out Synergy on August 29th. Me and Ray will be there. Actually, I have a question. The last Synergy show that me and Ray went at, it was #Chop Ray Day. So actually, by demand, because it was such a great thing by everybody, I think we're gonna do part 2. So are you willing to chop Ray for the No Holds Barred Network listeners?
Nothing will make me happier.
Perfect.
I will be there. Raymond, you better be there. All right, I'm good. Hey, you want this? You're gonna get it. I promise. Nothing will make me happier than that. It will be my pleasure. Usually the pleasure's all yours. This time, the pleasure will be mine.
Oh.
Tiff, what did you start?
I didn't start
What did
it.
you start?
It's the people. They want it. We need more people that have not been on the podcast to chop you.
I will only do this.
Oh boy.
Doing this if he has a shirt or sweater or anything to protect him. I want flesh on flesh. Okay, like I said, I'm only in this business to please myself. Okay, I'm like I said, Ellis Taylor's mom was probably some type of drug addict. This is my drug. Okay, so for you poor people who can't relate, this is like my drug. So I need to feel flesh on flesh. That's the only way I'm doing this.
Ray, are you up for the challenge?
So you want me to be shirtless, basically?
If you want to wear
So
a
you
button down and then take the top 3 buttons off, I'm only doing this if it's flesh on flesh contact. I'm not doing this with a shirt on.
I'll see you on the 29th, Mr. Mason.
Oh!
We'll see.
Right, guys.
I'll see you
Don't
on
try
the
to
29th.
run. Don't you try to run, because you know I'll catch you. You know I'll catch you, and then I'll chop you right in the back as it smells just like bacon. All right, so
Oh.
don't you try to run, Raymond.
I'll see you on the 29th, Mr. Mason.
I'm
Thank you for the time.
Those little legs, don't you try to run.
I'll see you on the 29th.
Guys,
All right.
Tiff, end the interview.
Stay tuned for an episode of Indie Talks, probably on the 30th of August. So stay tuned for that. So I'm looking forward to a hashtag Chop Ray Part 2. So
Yeah.
That
I might
water.
might not be the only one that gets chopped. I'll say that.
What,
yeah.
you think you stop me with those stubby little fingers? Oh man,
We'll
it's gonna be-
see who gets chopped at Synergy, guys. It's have a feeling about this one. So, but anyway, thank you guys so much for listening. Make sure you like, subscribe, share the stream. Make sure you follow us on Twitter on the No Holds Barred Network. You can follow me at Loves to Dream 82 LUVS2. The number 2, Dream 82. You can follow Ray Ramundo, Ray_Ramundo, and Charles's information, like he said. And actually, MJB said, why 3 underscores?
I think the other 2 were taken.
So
I think that makes sense.
there you go, guys. Go give him a follow.
Fucking idiot.
Go give a follow. But anyway, thank you so much for coming on the podcast, Mr. Mason. It was a pleasure.
Now the pleasure is all yours.
That it is. So anyway, thank you guys for listening and stay tuned. We'll talk to you soon. Bye.
Bye.
There's something you